Maido. Hi there, Japan fans. Today's show, we'll talk about pacing. Prezen o Master Shimashou. This is the 8th year of the Presentation Japan series podcast, and we are beaming around the world to you from sunny Minato-ku in Tokyo. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, Dale Carnegie Tokyo franchise owner, the president of Dale Carnegie Tokyo Training, and the 3-time best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery, which is Zaegyo in Japanese, Japan Business Mastery, and Japan Presentations Mastery, or in Japanese, Anata Prezen no Tachijin. My other books include Stop Wasting Money on Training, which in Japanese is Training de Okane o Muda ni Suru no wa Yamimashou. And my just released new book is Japan Leadership Mastery, and all are available on Amazon. Through this podcast, I want to help you become a better speaker to be 1, clear, 2, confident, 3, persuasive, 4, highly influential with those around you. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We are not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn. Unlike many other hosting organizations, Libsyn have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on Apple Podcasts. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show podcast. Tuesday, the Presentations Japan series, and every second Tuesday, the Business Tachijin no Oshie show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan series, and every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcast show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show podcast, and Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. Now, this is episode number 388. Today we're talking about pacing your presentation in Japan. We are usually asked to speak at events by some hosting organization, and these can be breakfast, lunches, or evening occasions. Each has its challenges. Not that many people seem to be great in the early mornings, and the energy level of the audience can be very low as they are still sleepy. This sleepiness is definitely a problem for after lunch presentations too. Many are ready for a nap after hoeing down a big meal in the middle of the day. In the evenings, people can be tired after a hard day's work, and their concentration spans can be limited. As the speaker, we may suffer the same issues, but the adrenaline kicks in and we become sufficiently energized to complete the presentation. There are issues around how much information an audience can absorb when attending our talk. We, of course, are sold on the topic or subject because we've prepared a presentation on it. We've gone to a lot of trouble and been highly motivated to give the talk. We may let that enthusiasm blind us to the reality of what it is like on the receiving end. This is where presentation technique becomes very important. I see so many speakers who ignore half their audience when they present by simply not getting the feet placed at the correct angle, 90 degrees to the audience. These speakers get their feet angled at 45 degrees, and without realizing it, they are now only talking to one side of the room and are deleting the remainder from their view and attention. Don't do that. Another issue is they lose sight of their audience. They're looking over the heads of everyone, or looking at the screen, or looking down and not making any eye contact with the attendees. This is a massive mistake. We have to make sure we are watching our people like a hawk. If we see they are losing interest or their energy is flagging, we can take remedial actions to fix the problem. By looking at members of our audience for 6 seconds each, we can make sure we are not only engaging the listeners, but also gauge their interest levels in what we are saying. If the energy goes down, we may need to get them physically involved by raising their hand to a question. This question should be designed so that basically everyone has to raise their hand. This way we get the maximum involvement, and this helps to wake up those who are drifting off into slumber with their eyes open. As we say, the lights are on, but nobody is home. Another method is to pause and stop speaking for around 10 seconds. Actually, 10 seconds can feel quite long, as we are used to continuous palaver from speakers. This is called a pattern interrupt because we provide a consistent audio rhythm when we are speaking. When we turn it off, the sleepy attendees wake up because something has changed. They become alert again, springing from a deeply rooted and basic survival technique. Find out more. We come back from the break. Our show today is brought to you by our public courses, but we also do custom in-house programs. We do them in Japanese, we do them in English, we do them in our super safe classroom, and we do them live online. The show is brought to you today by, on July 11th, we'll have our Dale Carnegie 3-day program. We'll do it again on the 24th of August, but it'll be the 12-week program. Our website is www.dale-carnegie.co.jp. Email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. If you like learning by watching videos, then we have over 2,300 there for you at Tokyo, Japan, Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. We release 3 shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, that's the premier business show in Japan, every Monday Tokyo time. Fridays we have the Japan Business Mastery Show, and on Saturdays we release Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders from SMEs right up to the corporate captains of industry on one topic, leading in Japan. Now, every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Television Show. Don't forget to grab my business best-selling books on Japan on Amazon. Japan Sales Mastery, which is Saegyo in Japanese, Japan Business Mastery, and Japan Presentations Mastery, or in Japanese, Anata mo Presen no Tachijin. My other books include Stop Wasting Money on Training, which in Japanese is Training de Okane o Muri ni suru wa yamemashou, and my just released new book is Japan Leadership Mastery, and all are available on Amazon. Welcome back. If we've been going hard with our delivery, we can wear some audience members out. We're hitting them with so much energy, it's thrashing them. This is something I have to be careful about because I am a very high energy presenter. If I see I am wiping people out with my overpowering energy, I know to bring in more lows and reduce the crescendos. This is not that easy because as the speaker, we get into a rhythm too with our pacing. We're up and away. And it's hard to rein yourself in, especially when you're enjoying yourself. One of the unnecessary pressures we place on ourselves can be too much content for the time available, and we rush. This gets very ugly very fast. The audience realize immediately that the speaker has screwed up the time allocation for their delivery, and now panic is setting in as the presenter races through their slides. It looks very unprofessional, and it comes at the end. It poisons our final key impression with the crowd. We may have been doing very well, and everyone is enjoying the talk and getting a lot of value. We suddenly go crazy and start rushing. Effectively, we delete all the goodwill we've built up during the presentation, and we replace it with a negative recollection of ourselves. Rehearsal is the cure for the time control problem. However, if you cannot do rehearsal and you realize during the delivery that you have to stop, don't rush through the slides. When you do that, the jig is up and everyone is onto you. Instead, just stop on the slide you're on, wrap it up, and call for any questions they may have. Remember, only you know what is in the slide deck. When you race through and show them what they missed out on, the unhappiness is increased. It's better to not reveal the gap. When doing the Q&A, don't forget to repeat the question so that everyone can hear it, as long as it isn't a hostile question. Never repeat or amplify an incoming unfriendly missile. With that situation, we always paraphrase to take the heat out of the question. Don't just look at the questioner either. Give them some eye contact and then share your answer with the rest of the audience as well. Finally, close it out by repeating your main message, take your bow, enjoy the applause, and finish on the mark. Everyone will be very happy you respected their time and they'll regard you as a professional. Did you get value from today's show? If you did, then share the love around with your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. Until the next episode, go out there and apply the learnings from today and become a presentations legend amongst your circle. Thank you for joining me, and please tune in next week. Remember, I'm in your corner, your go-to guy for soft skills training in Tokyo, committed to your success here in Nippon.